We are Rogue Media Sports.
It's official, people. It's official. It's confirmed. Liverpool are Premier League champions. And what a weekend of football. What a weekend of football. Not just in Premier League, but around the world. This is Mind of Football Fans Podcast. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind of Football Fans Podcast, your go-to for all things Premier League football. I'm so glad you guys could join us this week on another episode. Thank you all so much. You all are amazing, so thank you all so much. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I know I surely did, even though it was bittersweet, but we'll still take it. We'll still take it, people. Yes. Before we kick on with the show, we'll obviously have to start by saying thank you so much to all our amazing subscribers, all of you who have subscribed to the channel. Thank you all so much. You all are amazing. We love you guys so much. And to those of you who haven't subscribed, again, hit that subscribe button down below. And to both our new and existing subscribers, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We love you all so much. Thank you so much. We love seeing your comments. We love seeing your engagement. Thank you all so much. You guys are the reason why we keep going. Thank you very much. And don't forget, this is not the only place you can find us. Listen to Mind of Football Fans podcast on all podcast platforms. That's right. YouTube is not the only place you can find us, and listen to us wherever you get your podcast. So check us out on there. Check out our socials. Mind of Football Fans on all socials: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're on there for you guys. So check out. We drop short content for you guys. So thank you all so much. Guys, let's jump right into it, shall we? It's been official. It's been said. It's been confirmed. The Premier League title has a different color this time. It's not blue and white no more. It's red and white. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Liverpool have been confirmed as your 2024-2025 Premier League champions. For me, this is a bittersweet moment. And we're going to do the show a little bit differently. We're not going to dissect all the games. We're just going to talk about the big storylines surrounding this match week. And the first one, obviously, being Liverpool. Again, as I said, this is a bittersweet moment for me because as an Arsenal fan, if City wasn't competing, if City wasn't in position to win it this year, it was meant to be our year. But due to a mirage of different reasons, that is not the case. And sometimes you just have to hold your hand up high and appreciate greatness. And this is what this Liverpool team have been this season. They have been great. Nothing but great this season. The only time they had a stumbling block, in fact, there are only two times I can think of their stumbling blocks, and that was against PSG in the round of 16 penalty shootout, and then obviously losing the EFL Cup to Newcastle at Wembley. But other than those times, I can't really think of everything. They have been the definition of greatness this season. And I'm just going to touch on a few things before we move on. Liverpool, what an incredible season. Confirmed 2024-2025 Premier League champions after defeating Tottenham 5-1. To be honest, Tottenham didn't even give a fight. But they scored the first goal, and I think that was the signing on the wall. That was the writing on the wall. Immediately that first goal went to Liverpool, like, okay, we're moving now to gear 5. They didn't even go to gear 4, go to gear 3. They went from gear 1 to gear 5. Bam. And it was kind of sad to see from a Spurs perspective because Spurs did not compete in any way, shape, or form. But this is not about Spurs. Let's leave Spurs aside. Spurs are always with Spurs. You can't count on them to do anything to save their lives. So let's actually move to the people that matter, the people that deserve our praise this week. That's Liverpool. Liverpool have been amazing from the beginning of the season to the pretty much now. Obviously, 2 losses, 7 draws, 25 wins is crazy. That is actually crazy. That's Master-esque. When it's all said and done, they'll probably finish up with like 93 points or something along those lines. But that being said, This was a historic title for them. Clinching this title was historic because if you didn't know, they are now level with Manchester United for most English top flight titles, both 20. Level with Manchester United. You know what that means? That's crazy. That is crazy. If you're a Manchester United fan, you should be sad hearing that. But again, we're not talking about Manchester United, we're talking about Liverpool. So where should we start with this Liverpool team in terms of how great they are? Is it Arne Slot, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch, the whole team, lack of injuries, consistency? Where should we talk about? I mean, I guess let's start with Arne Slot. When Arne Slot came in, no one had Liverpool finishing where they finished. No one had them. No analyst in this sport world, including myself, because I consider myself an analyst, had them finishing first. We didn't even have them finishing second. Third was a stretch. We were like fourth, fifth, because we didn't know what to expect from Arne Slot. He had just taken over a Liverpool team that had Jurgen Klopp. Shout out to Jurgen Klopp, amazing person, amazing manager. And really with no signings per se. He literally just came in, took over the same team, and that was it. No signings other than Chiesa. Chiesa wasn't really a starter, so it doesn't even matter. He came on, took this team by the horns, had them playing consistent type of football. I remember that game against Ipswich in the first half. Nothing was moving. He started. I think it was Jared Kwanzaa in the middle. Yes, he was Jared Kwanzaa and Virgil van Dijk playing, and things were not just moving. Nothing was moving. Passes were not flowing. The game wasn't moving. It was still tight. It was still new. I mean, at the end of the first half, and start of the second half, he twitches, brings on Ibrahim Konate, and they go up a different gear. And that's kind of the team, the identity of this team. He sees something isn't working well, he switches. Immediately he switches. He doesn't wait 10 minutes, he doesn't wait 15 minutes, he doesn't do nothing. He switches it. And then for some reason they just turn a different gear. Literally being the staple of this team. And that comes from manager Arne Slot. Arne Slot has been amazing. He's one of the, I think, he's the eighth manager to come in and win the title in their first season, joining the likes of Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Antonio Conte, etc. I think Claudio Ranieri is that list too. Shout out to Claudio Ranieri. But yeah, he's been amazing. He's consistent. First Dutch manager to win Premier League again. Amazing. Then you talk about the players, the likes of Mo Salah. In fact, the whole team. I can't even singling out Mo Salah is key. Singling out the likes of Van Dijk key. But I think the whole team, he just found a way to gel. Everyone played a role. Like Mo Salah scoring 20 goals, having whatever amount of assists, amazing. Luis Diaz, amazing. Cody Gakpo, amazing. Alex McAllister, the midfield of Alex McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Dominic Szoboszlai, amazing. Then when he's had to switch things up, he brought in Curtis Jones, amazing. Brought in Harvey Elliott, amazing. We had to switch things up in the front with Darwin Núñez. Came in, I remember those two clutch goals against Brentford when they were losing 1-0. And then towards the end of the game, he comes on and he scores 2. Amazing. Diogo Jota scoring goals, amazing. Against Everton, if you guys remember, it was Diogo Jota that scored the winner there. Amazing. When he's had to switch up things and the guys that have come in, they have been amazing. Talk about defense. When he's near the likes of Simicas, amazing. He's near the likes of Enzo, amazing. He's near the likes of Joe Gomez and Jared Kwanzaa. They have come in and they have been amazing. Then when we talk about Alisson being out and he had to bring in Kelia, amazing. Literally, the whole team has just been amazing. You probably hear me say amazing like 10 times, more than like about 100 times in this episode, just because of how amazing they have been. Shout out to Liverpool, man. That team, they just took us by surprise. And then the consistency. Again, consistency. They have just been 25 wins, 7 draws, 2 defeats. If that's not consistency, I don't know what is. Just playing ball. You know their style. They come, they score one, then they sit back, maybe give you a hope. And they do say it's the hope that kills. And I'm very well aware of that. But anyways, they give you hope. They think, okay, you get one or two chances, you don't take it, then they punish you and they score two. And it's cruise control from there. Literally consistency. Again, Liverpool, record-breaking season in terms of equaling Manchester United with the most English top flight titles with 20. Crazy people, crazy. So yeah, just want to take the first 10, 15 minutes of this pod just to shout out Liverpool and how amazing they've been. And with 4 games to go, it's pretty much 15 points. 15, 14, 14 points from the top, which is mental. Which is mental to see. No, is it 14? Yeah, 15 points ahead of Arsenal. Same level. Again, 25 wins, 7 draws, 2 defeats. Wow. Amazing. Again, from top to bottom, they have just been spectacular. Moving on, let's touch on some other things before that we still have. Race for Champions League places. Again, so tight. Even Arsenal isn't safe, people. Even Arsenal is not safe. Arsenal hold a 5-point lead ahead of Newcastle with the same amount of games played. Oh my days. And Arsenal plays Newcastle in a couple of weeks. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun at the Emirates. Arsenal should have had that because we obviously knew Arsenal wasn't winning the league from the time they lost to West Ham. We knew that loss kind of signified Liverpool taking how many points gap? 12-point gap, 12-point lead, top of table. So Arsenal should have secured second. They should have long ago secured second, but too many draws, too many mistakes. But again, the race is still tight. It's still a tight race. Newcastle just in third, 1 point ahead of City in fourth. City, who is 1 point ahead of Chelsea in fifth, and then equal with Forest. City beat Villa, so Villa kind of just outside. They'll need a miracle to be able to survive. I'm not saying that that's not possible, but there's still, there's still a ton of football left to play. Still a ton of football left to play. Chelsea play Liverpool next. First guard of honor for Liverpool. Newcastle plays Brighton. Now that won't be an easy game. That would definitely not be an easy game. Forest play Palace, not easy. Bournemouth played Villa, not easy. Man City fixtures. Newcastle play Chelsea, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to see in terms of the title, in terms of race for Champions League spots. Arsenal plays Newcastle also. That'll be interesting to see. That'll be so fun to see. So let's see. The race is again. Arsenal is not safe. They might be safe if they beat Newcastle and Newcastle maybe falls to Chelsea. Then maybe they might be safe. But it's still all to play for. This is kind of what we're looking forward to now with the season, with 4 more games to go. The league has been won. The relegation spots have been decided, which we'll get to in a minute. This is kind of what we're looking for. Three spots left up for grabs. Some might say even 4. And there's still about 5 teams vying for those 3 spots. Let's see who get it. Moving on, as I said, Premier League, the relegation is already confirmed. Southampton, Ipswich, and Leicester. Ipswich being the recently confirmed is it relegatee now? Is that the word for it? Is that I don't know what the word is. But yeah, after losing 3-0 to Newcastle, Ipswich were confirmed to be the third team being relegated. Southampton, obviously we know when that was done. Leicester last week, that was sealed. The Ipswich this week is sealed. It's kind of sad that for the second straight season in Premier League, the 3 teams that have come up have been the ones to go down. It's kind of sad to see. I kind of feel feel really bad. I really had Ipswich up there, but again, I was wrong. I was really, really wrong, people. I was really wrong. So it is what it is. We won't read too deep into it. We are waiting the new teams. We already know the two teams that are confirmed. Leeds and Burnley are coming back up. We wait for the third team to be confirmed. It'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see. Let's see. So yeah, shout out to these three teams. Kind of sad again to see, but that has been confirmed again. We know everything now. Confirmed champions confirmed. The only thing we're waiting for is those Europe places in terms of third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and maybe possibly eighth, depending on how things go. Let's see, depending on how things go. Okay, that is the Premier League done and dusted. Let's touch on some other quick hitters around the world of football. FA Cup final. This past week and this past weekend, yes, the FA Cup semi-finals took place in Wembley. Crystal Palace beating Aston Villa 3-0. Mateta and Eze putting on a show for us on there in Wembley. Amazing to see, amazing. When I saw the results, because I didn't watch the game, when I saw the results, I was like, that's what I was literally, because I was like, Villa losing 3-0 in a game of this magnitude. But that's why we love football, because sometimes the team that is favored ends up not winning. So that was fun to see. And then City getting the best of Forest yesterday, setting up an interesting final against Crystal Palace come May 17th, just around the corner. Which is kind of weird. The season will not be over. Like I'm literally thinking about, and the season will not be over. There will still be a good bunch of the season left, about 1 week of the season left to play. So I don't know if that will be moved. I don't know what's going on with that, but FA Cup final before the season finishes is kind of crazy. Yeah, May 17th. The season ends May 25th. It is what it is. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. To see a team like Crystal Palace. This is what we love to see. We love to see we'd love to see the small teams at least fight and bear for title. We already saw that with Newcastle. Newcastle winning the League Cup. Now Palace has the potential to probably upset City and get into Europe. That's literally what will happen. If Palace win, they get into Europe, the Europa League precisely. Fun stuff. Okay. Next up, Copa Del Rey Final. Yes, if you guys were living under a rock or you just did not care about football, well, I'm here to tell you that you missed out on a really good game, Copa del Rey Final, between Barcelona and Real Madrid. I think this was the fifth meeting, El Clasico meeting this season. And to be honest, Real Madrid have won nothing. The game was 1-0 entering halftime. Mbappe did not start this game, but then Mbappe comes on in the second half, scores a free kick. Tchouaméni comes on, scores is a 2-1 lead for Real Madrid. Then I think in the 80 something minutes, Barcelona has awarded penalty 2-2. Goes to extra time. Amazing. And then I think it was Lamine Yamal that steps up in extra time to put away Madrid. And obviously after the game, we had all the various antics of bunch of red cards, Jude Bellingham, Rudiger, Lucas Vasquez. So yeah, just your regular. No, sorry, no. I misspeak. It wasn't Lamine Yamal. It was Julius Kunde, the guy who has started for his club and country for 116 consecutive games. And that 160, I think, is even wrong. I might not be sure on that, but yeah, Julius Kunde, who has been a rock for both club and country, scoring the decisive goal. So that was fun to see. That was a fun game to watch. If you didn't watch it, you should go watch the highlights. Again, Barcelona have handled Real Madrid this season in the Clasico. Every game this season, literally every Clasico this season. And I think if I remember, they have met 5 times. They still have one more meeting in the league because the league is up for grabs. I think Barca is ahead of Madrid with 4 points, if I remember correctly. 4 points. So that should be fun to see. Another one more Clasico left to go. Let's see. Okay, moving on. Champions League is this week. The Champions League semi-final is back. The Champions League is back with the semi-final this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. First off, Arsenal PSG. You all, I gave my predictions last week. I told you all, and I was not last week, before the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I gave my predictions and I hit it on the head. I was spot on with each and every one of them. Well, I'm back again, ready to give my predictions again. But this is the first leg this week, then second leg following next week. Arsenal host PSG at the Emirates. Whew, this is what I'll say for this game. If Arsenal don't get business done, okay, let me put a warning. Just because I'm saying this doesn't mean Arsenal will not go to Parc de France and cannot get the job done. That's not what I'm saying. But if Arsenal don't handle their business in this first leg at the Emirates, it'll be tough. It'll be really, really tough to go to the Parc de France and put on a show. Now, again, in football, anything is possible. They can literally maybe lose 2-1 at the Emirates and go put 5 past them in Parc de France. We all know how good Arsenal have been away from home this season in Champions League. But if Arsenal need to get this one done and dusted in the first leg, if they can put 5 in the first leg at the Emirates, do it. Just make sure this is done and dusted. All I'm saying. If Arsenal wins this tie, they should win it in the first leg. Arsenal get this done in the first leg. Yeah. Get it done in the first leg. So yeah, I do have Arsenal winning this tie. I think they will get their business done. As much as you guys are pleading on in the first half, they will handle their business in the second half. Sorry, in the first leg. And in the second leg will just be formality, just to, show up the stairs. Barcelona Inter. Now this one is tight. This one is really, really tight. Tight. Now, if I'm Arsenal, knowing that Arsenal probably will definitely win that tie against PSG, who do I want to face? Do I want to face Inter, who is more defensive minded and can play on the counter? Who, to be honest, are kind of on paper similar to us? Or would I rather play Barcelona, who is more free flowing? They play really good attack. They are really good attacking wise, but defensively they are not as good. I don't know. I don't know who I want to face. But this will be a tight one. I don't know really who I have winning it yet. But to be a tight one. I'm leaning towards giving Barcelona the edge on this one. I'm leaning towards it. And not just because there's a possibility that Arsenal men and Arsenal women and Barcelona men and Barcelona women come into the finals. Because if you guys didn't know, the Arsenal ladies have set up a juicy Champions League women's final with the Barcelona ladies. Juicy after competing Leon. So it's not because I want them to do the same for the men's side also. But I think Barcelona will just, attacking wise, Barcelona will be so much better. And they'll probably put, especially in the first leg, in the Camp Nou, probably put like 5 past Inter. As much as Inter are defensively solid, I think they will just be too much to handle for Inter. So I'm giving the edge to Barcelona. I think Barcelona will stand on business on this one, which will set up a juicy final between Arsenal and Barcelona, both in the men's and women's side, which will be fun to see. So yeah. Yes. Before I head out of here, I want to touch on one more thing from the world of football. And I did touch on this last week, but it became so much more interesting this week. And that's the Serie-A title race. Napoli currently hold a 3-point lead. Antonio Conte's Napoli currently hold a 3-point lead over Inter Milan after big win against Torino and Inter losing 1-0 to Roma. What a twist. What a twist. If you all are following it, go follow it. This is other than now the Premier League is done, the French League is done. The Spanish League, obviously, there's more of a Bundesliga. I think Bundesliga, the German league, Bayern can clinch it with one more win and a loss or a draw by Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen. So that's kind of done. But this one is going down to the wire. Because if Napoli then lose one more game, Inter will then be back in it. Neck and neck, neck and neck, neck and neck. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. We love it. We love it, people. We love it. So I'm excited to follow it and keep you guys updated on it. This will be fun to see. Fun to see. So yeah, that brings us to the end of another amazing episode. I said earlier this particular episode will be different just because we kind of know who is winning. This was just an episode dedicated to just appreciate the greatness of Liverpool. Record breaking title, level on points with Manchester United for most English top flight titles. And again, I probably didn't say this, but shout out to Arne Slot, such a humble guy, amazing person. You guys see what he did with the club. Remember last season when Klopp was leaving and he was giving his speech and he was like, "There's just one more thing I have to do for you guys." And he goes, "Arne Slot, na 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 na, Arne Slot." Well, Slot repaid the favor. I was like, I just have to show my appreciation to Klopp and how he left and what a good job he left for me just to carry on. And he goes, "Jurgen Klopp, na 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 na." What an amazing! That was just a lovely gesture, lovely gesture. Like I'll tell you guys, like, I probably should never say this, but it might be weird. But if I was not an Arsenal fan, Liverpool would be next best team to support because there is no bad bone in there. And obviously, don't get me wrong, there were years of Liverpool had their years of mediocrity. But then come Brandon Rodgers, and we have to shout out Brandon Rodgers because that's kind of where this thing started from. We all know what happened with Brandon Rodgers. They were a sleep. It was literally a sleep away from winning that title. Remember, Gerrard sleeping and Demba Ba going on goal. Just so it was kind of Brandon Rodgers that started the whole revamp, and it's just been not dominance per se, but there has been just a series of excellence from Klopp and then now Slot. So yeah, shout out to Slot, such an amazing person, amazing character, amazing. Just love. You can't not love him. You know what I mean? You cannot not love him. That's probably. But yeah. So that brings us to the end of another amazing episode. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. We'll be back again next week. Again, all we're watching now is just the race for Europe. Who gets those Champions League places as well as the other European places. And the FA Cup final, 17th of May, we will be here for it. So thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you are subscribed to the channel, as always, to our lovely subscribers and our new subscribers, give us a thumbs up, please. Well, love you all so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget, this is not the only place you can find us. This is My Football Fans Podcast on all podcast platforms. We love you. We appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have an amazing week ahead. I can't wait to see you next week. As always, I'm David. Peace.
We are Rogue Media Sports.